Get ready at your leisure, fans. Season 18 kicks off now. We're southbound to Torrey with the Steadman clan for the 10th annual Red, White, and Road motorcycle ride.
Then we're heading out with Tucker High Adventure Tours out of Beaver, Utah for an exciting adventure on the rocks as they show us a hidden gem for rock climbing and rappelling.
Wow! Finally, Reece and Marianne Stein show us some out-of-place wildlife on the Olympic Peninsula of Washington as they take us to Olympic National Park. It's all headed your way right now. Get ready. Season 18 is here. Okay, perfect sunshine for a bike ride today. Did you order this, Russell?
I tried, Full moon last night,
Yeah.
Full sun today.
It worked.
Doesn't get much better than that.
It worked.
Friday the 13th, full moon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure today. I'm Chad Booth along with Russell Steadman from Steadmans.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we are out here in Torrey, Utah for the 10th annual Red, White, and Road Steadmans. You guys sponsor
Oh
this
my
every
gosh.
year, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And actually,
It's been 10.
I know, isn't that something?
Amazing.
I really want to thank you for helping get this tradition started. It's beautiful. It's that last ride of the season. We got people that have come all the way from St. George or Apple Valley, clear up to Evanston, here on this trip and every point in between, just to celebrate the prettiest ride in Utah.
Yep, Highway 12 doesn't get much better than that one.
That's right. It's going to be a lovely day.
So we've really ramped things up for our 10th year anniversary this year. Anthony Lujan, the world-class smoker who's done some segments on our show, is cooking a Hawaiian luau for us.
Yeah, is he going to like dig a hole and put the pig in there and cover it with banana
Actually, he's
leaves?
out there with a shovel right now, right by the swing
hungry.
set.
Don't tell the park we're digging a big hole back there.
So
Somebody
we're
might
gonna
fall in it.
We're going to spend the day on the road right now, and in case you haven't got hooked on the idea of Red, White, and Road, just take a look at how much fun we have.
It's been an incredible ride, and the people we've met and the places we've seen, and it's just like the people here today. You love every single one of them and hope you get to see them again, and what a beautiful place to ride.
It's not just in every curve and going fast and stuff, which I like to do all of that, but you stop and visit with people and you learn stuff, and it's just fun talking to people.
We consider them really good friends and family, It's fun. It really is fun to see all these faces year after year.
We got married in 1961. I went to a cattle ranch and rode a little scooter, fell in love with motorcycles, come home and convinced her that we needed to buy one of these. The next year we bought a CA90 Honda from Century Marine in 1962, and that's when I started riding.
Well, he brought it, home. We didn't have a place to sit. We didn't have a bed for our baby. We didn't have a refrigerator, but dang, we had a motorcycle.
She said, make the story short.
As long as we can kick our leg over the seat, we're good to
Yeah,
go.
and I have to jump to do that. I can't throw my leg, I have to jump a little bit.
Well, now you can see why this is one of the world's most beautiful rides on a motorcycle.
Oh, without a doubt.
Really.
That's why I keep coming back, because every year it's different.
I know, and you know what's so cool? The smells. You smell everything when it's, especially this time of year.
Dead squirrel, dead
That dead skunk we
raccoon.
ran over. No, it's just really, I'm not kidding.
Well, he was
you. It's
alive
like-
up to that point, but I mean, Anyway,
We really didn't hit a skunk.
so we are enjoying what's called a horizontal adventure today, but in Beaver County, you can go out and do a vertical adventure. Well, you'll see what I mean.
We're down at Taylor's Crag, which is just northwest of Three Creeks Reservoir here in Beaver County. Highway 153, turn off at the Three Creeks Reservoir. It's actually a part of the Paiute 1 ATV trail. But don't tell too many people, we like it like this. Just how close it is, you're right next to the river, the beauty of it all. And it kind of appears like you've got large meadows above us, you've got a lake below us, and it just kind of shows up right here in the middle of everything. And it's 17 different sport climbs that have been put in through here with a few trad climbs, so a traditional climb without bolted routes that we've put in, and I've been a part of helping see those come through, and we've just found it as an opportunity, as like a setup stage for our guided rock climbs as a wonderful place to set up.
Yeah, bringing people out for the first time and letting them share in the passions that we have, it is amazing for us. And hopefully they'll grab some of that passion also.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning how to do it all, and so I think it's amazing, and I think it'd be awesome to be able to bring some friends and be able to try and teach them too, because it's something that I think everybody would enjoy. The first time, I mean, we just did rock climbing, and then this last time we were able to rappel. So I just feel like they just keep bringing more and more, and they just have so much to offer for anybody that comes. I definitely had the nerves a little bit. Rappelling definitely was very nerve-wracking at first, but it was very exciting once you started doing it and got past the scary part. Then it was just amazing.
This is actually my first time. It was awesome. It was so fun. Getting out of my comfort zone, because I'm not really used to doing this. So it was just fun to do that. Because I am afraid of heights, but I put the trust in the Tucker family and I got through it. The most nervous today is probably when I was rappelling. What if I go too fast and then they don't catch me? I had everything going through my head. I figured out how to do it, and then I was good to go. I'd love to rock climb again because it was really fun.
This area at Three Creeks is probably the most beautiful place up on the Beaver Mountains. It is absolutely gorgeous, so to be able to climb the rocks is pretty amazing.
You know, the closest town is a small town. There's not a lot of people around, and when you come up here, you really kind of feel that you've gotten away from that city vibe or even that town vibe, and you really get to connect with nature. I mean, you have the creek that's flowing here, you're on the rocks, you're seeing things, you've got these birds, the chipmunks, whatever it be. You just kind of feel at peace and in nature when you're here, and that's something I really love. It's something I've enjoyed in my life, is just being outside and doing those types of things.
This place is absolutely gorgeous, and it's just so amazing when you're like up high and you can just like see all of it. It's just amazing.
There's so much of it that's unexplored and not populated like other places.
I'm always happy to share my passion, especially when it comes to climbing, because a lot of people, they'll say they can't do it, they have fears about it, but then once you get them on the wall, you know, those things can disappear. I mean, they understand how easy things can be and how safe it is.
Oh, okay, I need a little slack. There's a raspberry right there that I want.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, perfect. The leaf's not so much, the raspberry was great.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
I promised my son that if he got straight A's, the two of us would take a guys trip. We were riding on the Lincoln Loop Trail outside Minersville, Utah. There was so much to explore, and the trail just kept climbing higher, right to the very top of a mountain called Jack's Peak. We just stood for a while, taking in the whole world below. On the way back to camp, my son turned to me and said, "I love you, Dad." Then suddenly it hit me. This wasn't just another camping trip.
The RV show is over, but the blowout deals are still going. Save now on the 2020 Rockwood 1640 LTD. Sleeps 5 for $82.95 or $99 a month, 0 down. Or if you've got the toys, choose the 2020 XLR Boost, 25 LR LE Toy Hauler for $21,995 or $219 a month, 0 down. Or the 2020 Cruiser Air 27 MK fifth wheel for $29,995 or $279 a month, 0 down. Come check out our 2 locations in Murray or shop online at parisrv.com.
Hey, you don't have to miss 1 second of adventure. Follow At Your Leisure on YouTube to watch full episodes or your favorite stories from the show. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of At Your Leisure's adventures.
This week's What's New segment is brought to you by TuneX of South Jordan and West Valley. More than just tune-ups, we're off-road.
Oh, goody, I'm so excited. They are finally starting to show up. The 2020 models of the different trailers and RVs. Hi, Chad Booth here with this week's At Your Leisure product review. We are at Paris RV at their south location, and we are looking at XLR Boost's 37 TSX 13. And when you hear the value of this deal that they've got going, you are going to be floored. So let's take a look at some of the outside features on this unit. So obviously we're dealing with a fifth wheel here, and we've got triple axles on it. Got a lot of storage up front. It goes all the way across the other side, comes with a table, and of course it's got all of your gearing. Power awnings, both front and back. So this has got 2 of them on either side of the slide-in. Notice they are legless. They are fully self-contained. This has got a big power plant on it, which it will need because it's got 2, not 1, 2 rooftop air conditioning systems. You've got a hot and cold running water shower, outside shower. I kind of like this one because they got a little stand there in the door. It's not just a shower head stuck inside a closing door. You've got a fuel station. They have a 40-gallon tank on here that feeds the generator and whatever it is that you put inside of it. So they've got a gas nozzle on it. One thing that I really like about this one, they actually have a fuel gauge on the tank right here, so you can see what your fuel supply is like at an instant. So on the back end of the XLR Boost, the 37 TSX, we have the garage door. Spring-loaded, so it's easy to raise up and down. You can bring it up into deck mode as well. The main living area on the 37 TSX has a kitchen island in it, which has got storage on the back side, a lot of counter space for food prep. They've got a combination microwave convection oven. On top of that, we've got a 3-burner propane stove. Now, let's take a look up the front end before we go to the back end. Up here in the nose of the trailer, there's plenty of space. I'm 6'1", so it's got adequate height room for a nose cone. It's got a king size, an RV king bed in it. And then it's got a slide on this side where the armoire is, or the hanging locker, and private entrance to the front bath. All right, heading to the back, you got an entertainment center right here, and something really unique that I've not seen before. You have an L-shaped bunk for the kids. So you've got a bunk ladder here, you got space for 2 here, and then you can take Shorty and you can put him in his own bunk right here across the end. Isn't that fun? So it's called the 37 TSX 13. What's the 13 for? 13.5 feet of garage space. And then this converts into a private area, obviously sealed off with the door, and it's got bunk space in the back for another 4 people. They've also managed to pack into this space another half bath, so that people who are back here don't have to go wake up mom and dad in the front if they need to use the restroom in the middle of the night. Nice feature, second door, so you really have like 2 apartments in one. This unit is priced, are you ready for this, under $50,000. 37 feet of toy hauling fun, under $50,000. To find out the rest of the things about it, just come on down to Paris RV at 5545 South State and check it out in person. That's all the time we have for our What's New this week. I'm Chad Booth, and At Your Leisure, we'll be right back.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like reservation, skiing, starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Welcome to the County Seat. I'm Chad Booth. And we will see you next week on the County Seat.
When we go on vacation, I never ask, are we there yet? Because my daddy makes sure each stop we make is at Eagles Landing. They have such cool things for kids, like a petting zoo. They have the cleanest bathrooms on earth, and Daddy doesn't freak out pulling up to the pumps, because they're really big and he says it's the best gas in the world. And you can get your tire fixed, like we had to. Oh, and their food is so yummy. Eagles Landing is so much fun, I don't care if we ever get there.
It's time to save big during the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event with as low as 2.99% APR for 36 months. Plus, up to $4,000 customer cash on the industry's hottest models. So see your local Yamaha dealer today for huge savings. Then, let's ride.
Get your new Yamaha at Steadman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. You know, biking is a social thing. I know you may not think about it when you think of like Peter Fonda and all that stuff, but people are either riding in organized groups like this, or they're part of a motorcycle gang and they all talk to each other.
Yeah, Easy Rider, I think he was social. With chains.
Yeah, yeah, really. Anyway, we have plenty of opportunities each year on this trip to stop, have lunch together, break bread as they say, move on to a delicious dinner. But have you ever kind of wondered what people from different walks of life all talk about when they're together on a bike trip?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Well, we talk about bikes, which is a good part, you know. Then we talk about the ride that we've just done and the food that we're gonna have, the food that we had, and the next restroom stop. I mean, you name it, we talk about it.
Everything from where we come from, what we ride, what we do with our spare time, getting together and when we can do it again, and what else we can do that we haven't done. Great riding, smooth curvy roads, sights that make you not want to look at the road. A bunch of good people with smiles and nice to talk to. Awesome, beautiful.
This is my first group ride, first time. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, having a blast. I think it's perfect, actually. Yeah, perfect, it's spaced out well. Everybody seems safe, fantastic, yeah. You know, as much as I love riding motorcycles, this is the best part. It really is. This is the best part. You got good people, meeting folks from all over. I met a man from California, where I'm from, and yeah, that's the good part of it. If you're ever scared of doing a group ride, don't be. Do this one. This is a fantastic group ride. Again, it's safe. The food is fantastic. The people are fantastic. And if you didn't come today, you missed out.
Well, when we're sitting around the table talking about this trip, this is the thing that I always bring up, this spot right here. To me, it's the most iconic part of the Highway 12 trip because you're sitting at the top of Boulder Mountain with the pine trees and the oak and the aspen and all this stuff that's sitting behind us up here. Yeah. And then you look down beyond that lush green and you see the Badlands and the red and the green and the white and the green all the way to the Grand Canyon.
It's really, honestly, like, this is God's country. That's what I think anyway.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, it's like we're in church or something. It's so spiritual, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's indescribable.
Beautiful favorite part to stop along the ride. Right now we're going to turn our attention to our along the way story. Now, this may very well be something that you sit around the table and talk to your friends about.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State, in a wet and wild forest unlike any other in the United States.
Towering maple trees shrouded in a coat of dripping moss. Ghostly forms haunting an eerie jungle, their clouded arms ominously reaching out. Sword ferns blanket the forest ground, spreading their feathery fronds. The 8,000-foot-high mountains of Olympic National Park catch the storms coming in from the ocean and squeeze out 12 feet of water every year, creating a rainforest that once stretched to central California. Hoh Valley is the place to experience this soggy paradise. 2 nature trails wind through the lush expanse of thick greenery. As downed trees decay, some become nursery trees, their nutrients spawning a row of new growth.
A leisurely walk, and there was so many different things to see. And I particularly like the nursery tree.
You've got to experience a rainforest to really appreciate it. It's water's dripping everywhere. It's all ferns, all moss.
Less wet, much higher, and equally dramatic, the Hurricane Ridge area of the park offers more traditional high alpine forest. Black-tailed deer, cousins of Utah's mule deer, browse unmolested along the mile-high backbone. They feast in a lush meadow adorned in a variety of wildflowers, ignoring passing hikers. Mountain goats may be spectacular animals, but they're not native to Olympic Park, and many are being rounded up and moved out of the park to their native range in the Cascade Mountains. Utah received our first mountain goats from Olympic in 1967. Nearly 300 goats have been released in the state, starting herds in the Wasatch, Tusher, Uinta, and LaSalle Mountains. On the park's Hurricane Ridge, several partially paved paths meander through the meadows and lead into dense stands of Douglas fir and mountain hemlock that show the effects of battling 75-mile-an-hour winds and 8-foot snowdrifts. And now for something completely different. Olympic National Park also protects one of the longest stretches of undeveloped coast in the lower 48. A treacherous shoreline and rough seas guard wild, rocky beaches lined with huge piles of driftwood, including entire trees. The kids, well, not just the kids, love this coastal jungle gym. Offshore, small islands and rocky spires called sea stacks bear witness to the violence that rakes this coast. They're the remains of headlands that have been sheared from the shore and sculpted into isolated chunks of land. They add a haunting beauty to the 70 miles of Olympic Park seashore. Hiking trails penetrate the inland forest and wander some 20 miles along Rialto Beach to spectacular Hole in the Wall, another victim of waterfront erosion. From the beaches at sea level, Olympic National Park shoots up 8,000 feet to the top of Mount Olympus, encompassing 3 distinct landscapes.
It's just a conglomeration of vegetation that you've got to see to believe.
Reece Stein at your leisure along the way in Olympic National Park.
For as long as I can remember, this is what we do. Rising early to take on the desert, owning our freedom, ripping our own lines in the sand, launching outside our comfort zone, chasing our friends to the horizon, and then back to the campfire. We're built for good times that last forever. But we're never able to get enough. This is what we do. Every weekend, every month, every year, we ride Can-Am.
Rhea, where's the forks?
Oh, so you can fork it in? Here. Because that's all I've been doing since I've been in line. I'm eating as I'm going through. It's so good.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are wrapping up the day on our Red, White, and Road. And I tell you, you watched Anthony cook some of this stuff for the luau, but you've got no idea how good this stuff actually tastes.
Well, you need to come out next year, and then you'll be able to taste it.
Well, it's Anthony, you'll do it again?
Yeah, we'll do it again.
All right, we're on.
Oh, Linda, you're so welcome. Wonderful. Yummy, huh? Yes.
So we're going to go find ourselves a table right now. Let's find out about our contest winner.
This week's contest winner was spotted during the Red, White, and Road event, and the license plate is X38EK.
Got it. It looks like you're the lucky winner of a Mountain Series stove from Camp Chef, which is the best way to get cooking in the outdoors. And it looks like you're also going to win a bonus $100 gas and gift card from the folks at Eagles Landing, which is the best place to get that real gasoline Clear 91 and to stock up on your adventures.
Be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim those prizes. Now let's take a look at our calendar of events.
On October 1st through the 5th is the Trail Hero event down at Sand Hollow.
The event features 4 days of off-road fun for a variety of different machines with everything from vendors and competitions to guided trails. So be sure to come on down and join the fun.
Then on October 5th is the Hills for Heroes OHV ride at Wasatch Mountain State Park. The ride honors those brave individuals who provide us freedom. So come out and show your respect while having a great time.
Finally, October 26th, down at Hoover's Resort in Marysville, Utah, is the 2019 Halloween Howl. So come down and join us for a day of full fun and fall colors and lots of spooky stuff.
Now, let's take a look at next week's show. Next week, Kevin and Gina are back at it again as they take us out to Lizzie and Charlie's ATV and RV park in Marysville, and we head to the hills for a fun ride to discover the historical Miners Park Trail.
Then we're headed back out to Beaver, Utah, as we celebrate Beaver Adventure Days, which features a wonderful off-road ride along the Paiute Trail.
Finally, we're headed off to San Diego to lend our hand to Surf Rider, a nonprofit organization that hosts beach cleanups around the world.
Well, next week's show looks great.
I think our meal was great too, although I thought it was greater than you did. You still got some food on your plate.
I had third. Look at that. Third. She had third.
Oh, okay, that's nice because Heidi knows how to clean the plate.
How about you boys? Did you clean your plate?
Yeah.
There you go. Beautiful.
Anyway, there's plenty of food left. I'm sorry you're not here, but you can redeem yourself by signing up for Red, White, and Road next year, same weekend in September, here in Torrey, Utah. Come down and join us for one of the best, if not the best, motorcycle ride in the world.
Absolutely. So just remember, there's adventure around every bend.
You just have to get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure.
Thank you, Steadmans.